But now I like your theory. So the young lady that we're working in Minnesota, ironically, when my niece is selling their house.
Okay.
And they're having a hard time. And so I contacted their agent in Minnesota and said, tell me about this. And she said, it's a great school district and it's expensive. It's $1 million home in Minnesota.
In St. Paul, Minneapolis.
Yeah, St. Paul, Minneapolis. Yeah, expensive. And so one of the strategies, I'm going to actually start with her is marketing the school district, which she loves. But I'm also going to look at lesser priced homes in a lesser school district right next door. And we know we've identified it.
Yeah.
So their house is $1 million. I'm going to go look at $700,000 sellers in a lower school district, get them to want to buy this house. Now my luxury agent is going to list this house and they're going to get another side to it. Once they get that luxury listing, we're going to market it within the school district, or 1,000, 1,200 homes, and the other homeowners start to see, oh my gosh, this is a luxury agent. I'm going to make a delineation here. There's two very, very clear trains of thought in our industry. It's luxury and non-luxury. In the non-luxury, the homeowner's number one concern is, have you ever sold anything in this neighborhood? In luxury, it's very clear. Have you ever sold anything in this price point? It's what makes this luxury market so difficult to break into, because it's a catch-22.
Yep.
It's the cart before the horse, or the chicken and the egg.
Yeah.
There's lots of ways to do it. This is a classic way of doing it, is working in the price point just below luxury. And because those people will become luxury buyers. Those are your next luxury buyers. So I also think that it's
That's
important.
great, David.
Yeah, I think that because we are in the education. You say I like to help. I live by a saying that if you help enough people get what they need, you'll always have what you want, and that's been true for me. Yeah, just lost my train of thought because that's ADD. I should be an agent. Which is part of the prerequisite.
So this idea of breaking in the neighborhood right below luxury.
Yeah.
Keep going on that, because
So,
it's good. It's
yeah.
a really great strategy.
It is. It's a strong strategy, and it's a 2-3 year strategy.
So when someone is, when you work the level right below luxury,
Yep.
you're now building your pipeline, because those
Correct.
people are going to be your next luxury buyer,
Right.
right? So,
Exactly.
yeah. So how do you help people do that? Is it different?
It's different in every market, so it's going to be a price point. Here's how I tell agents to figure it out. We have incredible property brochures. I have property brochures that are 22 inches long and don't fold. But I said, give me a price point in which, in your market, you would choose to do a beautiful property brochure. And as you know, I do seminars all over the country, every imaginable price point. In Wisconsin, that number is $450,000. In West Vancouver, it's $2.5 million. So at $450,000 in Wisconsin, or $2.5 million in British Columbia, that's the price point in which they do nice marketing. That if you're gonna be in the luxury market, you're going for the game. That's their ante. Really easy. The price point just below where all the agents decide to do luxury marketing, that's where you want to start. So in San Diego, it's 1.2 million.
Okay.
I work with agents, and my best coaching advice is, I want you in the $800,000 price point. Here's why. First of all, $800,000 versus $1 million, that commission is really fairly close. And all the agents that are selling the $800,000 houses aren't doing good marketing,
Right.
because it's not at the 1.2. It's an unfeathered rule in our industry. It's like it's written into your courses. Is that, okay, 1.2 is, that's all we're doing.
Right.
Anything below that, we're not spending that kind of money. And so these $800,000 sellers see that you're doing incredible marketing, as well as keeping them updated with our monthly market report. So you're doing the market report and a property brochure. Now you sell that, and now you've got them up into that 1.2. We'll use San Diego as an instance. Now we take that and create if possible, even a nicer property brochure, and you literally mail the property brochure. Now, I'll share 2 stories with you about mailing property brochures, and you guys can all verify them.
And define it. Like, what do you mean when you say a property brochure?
When I say a property brochure, it's no less than 4 pages, 11 by 17, on cardstock, UV coated, sometimes a foil. They'll be like, the header will be in foil. It just depends on how expensive it is. I always say, don't take a Ferrari to a Volkswagen race, you'll look foolish. If you take a Volkswagen to a Ferrari race, you look hopeful. But so you don't want to, so you have to, and this is, I think, where marketing expertise and I'm not going to say myself an expert. Just I've been in the business so long that I've made more mistakes than anybody else could afford to make. Right. So we'll leave it at that. But I'll give you a couple of classic examples. Premier Estate Properties in South Florida. They started in Boca Raton when I was in South Florida 20 some odd years ago. And they had a slogan that they exclusively represented homes in excess of $1 million. Now I'm going to give you their numbers and then tell you the strategy. So over the next 8 years, there were 500 homes. So we're going back 20 years. There were 500 homes that had sold for over $1 million. They took 400 of them, the listings. This is a small little mom and pop, 2 kids and a daughter group. This is not a big national brand in Boca Raton, Florida, a fairly good sized company. This was their only strategy. Every single listing, without exception, they printed 1,000 property brochures and mailed them to high-end homeowners. So they first get in the business and they've got one listing, and then 2 months, 3 months later, they get another one. Now all of a sudden they start getting this momentum. Now they're pulling 50 listings a year. Every single time to this day, they still take 1,000 property brochures and mail them. So you're getting 50 property brochures on all of these high-end listings from these agents, and let's go back to what's the homeowner's number one concern in luxury. Have you ever sold anything in this price point? They're demonstrating it.
Every day.
Every day, and they don't even have to say, look at me.